lovers, we're just staying in this back and forth scenarios with being demanding of someone else's phone or their attention, or wanting them to do what we ask them to do, or whatever it is we got going on. We need to stop and really think about something that is very, very important. Ladies, I want you to hear me. Please hear me. It is not serving you well to put so much energy and effort in what someone else is doing, and that includes your man, the men you want to be with, whatever. You don't like that they're doing this and doing that and who they're spending time with and all that. That means, and I said this earlier, you either have abandonment issues, which 9 times out of 10 it is due to abandonment issues, or you're out of purpose, or both. I want to tap in a little bit about abandonment. So there's a lot of women that probably won't admit this to themselves. They are struggling because they're often ghosted by men that they're interested in. They're being ghosted because they're too suffocating. And they don't want to admit it to themselves that they really suffocate their lovers. You've got to get off of this thinking that you have to overly consume the person you want to be with. Stop. Listen, when you hold back and just allow for things to develop, like I just told my new client that I got today, when I explained to him, we have to stop all of this being overbearing or controlling or trying to make sure that the man is who we want him to be and all this other stuff is too much. Do you guys remember the old Polaroid pictures? And they would take forever to develop, and we'd be doing this and going and playing and coming back to see if the picture developed. That's what we do in our relationships. We do this in our relationships. We try to force development in our relationships. And when we do this, what happens is we spend a lot of time trying to force the relationship to develop into what we want it to be versus allowing it to become what it is. So, because of that, we have a misconception that we can change someone else into being what we want them to be. And it's killing us. For a man to be terrified that you go through his phone, it tells me that he has outside interest besides you. And he's a human being. We like to interact and mingle and talk to and interact with people. That's what we do. We're human beings, okay? Just because you are together with someone doesn't mean they can't find someone else attractive. Doesn't mean they can't have other friendships. Doesn't mean they can't have other relationships, if that's so what they want to do. But we tend to get so beyond ourselves because we have to have them just be with us and all this other stuff. That's not true. We're taking on way too much than what we need to. Here's what's real. And I said this earlier on my other video, is that when you are in your purpose and you know what you're here to do, you waste no concern about who else he's entertaining, who else he's talking to, what other relationships he's in. It's not your concern because you're fooling yourself. And rather than going through his phone, perhaps you need to go through your own. Maybe you'll find something, like a gentleman that wants to take you somewhere. Maybe a gentleman that wants to spend some time with you. Have you ever thought about that? We spend a lot of time on what he's doing, but never pay attention to what we're doing. And then we get all enraptured and all concerned about what he is or isn't to us. Here's what's true. When you have insecurities, and you will have them because we're human beings. When you have insecurities, that means it's time to get busy on upgrading self. That's what insecure means. We're not secure in self. We should have a strong security in ourselves. If we don't, then we're going to find ourselves constantly jealous and assuming something that may or may not be true. But if it is, so what? Are you not valuable? Are you not enough? Because when you're enough to you, guess what? You don't concern yourself about what's going on over there. Because you got something going on over here. And you focus on you. Problem is, most people don't want to talk about this. Most people want to talk about what they have to have and he better not and all this other stuff. Listen. The truth of the matter is, relationships are just what they are. We've got to give them time to develop. Stop being so much that you can't allow someone to appreciate you in your absence. See, here's the thing. We get upset about getting ghosted. Yet, wouldn't you ghost you as much as you are so overbearing? A man can't get his words out edgewise. You're over talking him. You're asking so many questions. He can't even think because you're just doing this and doing that. You're too much. Did you ever think about maybe allowing that man some space so he can come to you and get to know you and want to spend time with you? He can't even want you because half the time you want him so much, he's got to be like, I guess you're doing too much. And we don't want to own the truth. I'm here to help you, but you don't want to hear this because only want to hear the freaking beautiful lies. But when I give the ugly truth, it's a problem. But hey, I'll be the bad guy. That's what I coach for. I don't care if you like it or not. Take it or leave it. The reality is, you are in a shambles. You can't handle him with his phone in your presence without you. And then what? So he's talking to someone else. And then what? You gonna stop messing with him? Nope. Most likely, nope. You're going to be right back in there with him. So why are you doing all of that? It ain't going to change nothing. But what? Nothing. And then, okay, so let's say, for instance, you leave him, right? You go on and find you somebody else. Then what are you doing then? We're right back to the same scenario where he can't trust you around his phone because you got to know what's in it and who is he talking to. We gotta get better with this. Obviously, we have too much going on. I'm sorry, not enough going on in our own lives that we got to worry about what he's got going on. Listen, let me tell you something. When I was in this realm of thinking, and let me tell you, there's really something to it. Have you ever thought about why does so many people promote cheating as an issue in relationships? Has it ever dawned on you what's the real agenda about? You never thought about that? You never thought maybe I should see outside of this? Have you ever thought, why is it on every single podcast conversation? Why is it on every single hot show that's out? Why? What is this cheating thing about? Have you ever thought about that? Well, I'll tell you what it's about. If we keep you consumed and absorbed in this thinking, you can't think for yourself about what you need to be doing while you're here on the planet. Because you're worried about what's he doing, who's he doing, where is he at, and all this other stuff. It's just not healthy. And so I'm just here to let you know that eventually what's going to happen is we're going to be so overly consumed with this scenario that we're not ever going to get into our purpose, which is what really matters. I said earlier, we don't let anything develop. We stay so bogged down on what's he doing and who's he doing. And then we're angry with how cute she is and why did he pick her and this and that. That is so ignorant. If anything, we should want to see other women empowered, beautiful, learning about their passion. We should want to see that. That should be a good thing. But it's not. Especially if our man is giving her attention. Then it's a problem. Here's what's real. And I'm off of this topic because it really is a lot to bear weight in. someone else's relationships is their business. We gotta stop trying to control. We gotta start learning that it's okay for other people to do what they do. And worry more about what we can control, which is our body that's connected to us. We're worried about what he's doing with it. Why don't we worry about what we're doing with ours? How about that? And then we would stop being so much of a problem. We would stop being ghosted. We would stop being toyed with and played with if we would take ourselves serious and start taking our purpose serious. I'm just saying. But we don't want to talk about that. You, come up here. You can't skip the process of being in purpose. I don't care what you do. As long as you stay out of purpose, you will forever be insecure about why he's with you. Because you're going to see every other woman or any other connection he makes as a threat. Because you know what happens? Men like to spend time with women that they can get fed from. And I'm not talking about from food either, or sex. I'm talking about from her mind. We're missing it, ladies. We're so consumed about what we want and what we should have and all this other stuff. But what we're not paying attention to is most men don't cheat based upon what she looks like. It's what she makes him feel like. Can I be honest? I don't have to touch your man to get him to want to be with me. I don't. Don't have nothing to do with it. I got a mind. I use it. Every day. I study. Every day. Not every now and then. I study every day. I don't miss a beat. And any lady that wants to step to mine, I don't care. Go ahead. I ain't threatened. Because while you talking and mingling with them, I'm busy. I might be mingling too. So I'm not worried about that. Ever. I've learned something powerful about me, and I want other women to think about this. You are empowered as well. You just tend to get threatened when you don't realize the power you have. Because you're so busy trying to concern yourself with what you can't control. You can't control what a man does, who he does, what connections he makes. It's not even your job. Anyway, just because he's connected to you, or you're married, or you're together, or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. That doesn't make for a man to be moved by you. Men get moved by what they see is resourceful. Men like to get resources. They like to see. They like to understand. They like to be moved by a woman's intelligence and intellect and her flair, her creativity, her care about herself, her self-love. Men love on that. That's what they want. They want to see, well, what? It's okay if you love a man, I get it, but you better be loving on you. Most men can't get enough of a woman that loves on herself. I'm talking about he can't get enough. Do you hear what I'm telling you? He can't get enough of you. And it's not because you're all about him. You got stuff to do. If he's not in your presence, you're not sitting there, woe is me. Oh, he's not here. Oh, my life is over. Calling him and bothering him and what are you doing and questioning him. You're not doing all that because you're busy on you. You got purpose. You got stuff to learn. What is this with y'all ladies? We got to get out of this stupid ass mindset that a man's supposed to be our life. No, he's supposed to be an asset to your life. Not your life. He's got his own life. That's why he's in it. For himself. You are supposed to be your life. A man is supposed to be the asset, baby girl, not your whole life. I'm trying to teach y'all something today. I know it's not easy because y'all women have a hard time listening. But I'm trying to explain to you that if you have a decent, real mind that you are constantly working on, it's cute to go out here and do your little gym videos and running and exercising and all that stuff is good. But what good is it if you ain't exercising the number one thing, which is your mind? I created the mantra smile, study, meditate, inspire, laugh, and elevate every day. I gave you the skinny on how to make sure you exercising this. Yes, it's important to exercise your body, of course. But what good is it if you ain't learning nothing? What good are you to a man if all you doing is using your body, but you ain't giving him anything else from that? That doesn't mean anything to him. He can pay for that. I'm just being honest. I told you I'm giving you the ugly truth today. I don't care if you like it or not. I'm just telling you what it is. What good are you? I know we love when a man's got a vision. And, oh, my baby's got a vision. And oh, my goodness. And this and that. Yes, that's amazing. But what's your vision? You have a mind too, but you don't want to use it. You don't want to use your mind. You're more concerned about I'm just going to rock his world. And girl, is he over there with her? See, that's what I be saying. I be telling him. What are you stuck in? That's insanity to be that stuck in that shit. It's insanity. And at this point, I'm just going to put it out there. It's dumb. Do you know when you don't use your mind, it just gets decrepit? You are now a part of the Walking Dead community. You might be walking, but you're dead in the mind. The man can't sit down and have an actual conversation with you. Do you know how many husbands and boyfriends and partners come over here to talk to me so they can get some intellect? Yeah, I said it. Like, man, I'm just trying to get a conversation. I'm talking to these women and they ain't got nothing to say. Really? Nah, I'm trying to talk about a business agreement, or I'm trying to make moves and she don't want to do nothing. And men are telling me the real out here. And they're really frustrated. Because we just think our pretty and our cute and getting our nails done, our eyelashes done, having our butt done, and all this stuff done, and we're not getting our minds exercised. When's the last time you read something? When's the last time you studied someone that's doing something? When's the last time you took the time to say, hey, how can I learn? We should be constantly hungry to learn something new every single day. It should not be that we don't want to be hungry to learn. And then we want to be mad because he's talking to her and that one and this one. But what are you giving him? Are you really a resource to anything? Can he pull anything out of you? Can he get some type of real solid intellectual relationship out of you? Or are you just on your back and thinking you're doing something? Comes a point where we got to get beyond our thinking. It's silly to me. We got to see beyond just I just want a man. I just want... Girl, please. Having a man don't mean nothing if you can't cultivate him, move him, keep him wanting to be in your space. If all you ever see is his back, or you don't see him at all, or you're constantly remembering him from your memory because he's never around you, that's an indicator that he's not yours. He's not interested in that.
Huh?
He's got somebody else taking up his time.
Oh.
Can we be honest? I told you the ugly truth was coming today. And that's what it is. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but men don't just sit around wanting just to be with a woman because she's pretty and she's got nothing to say. He'll be done with you and then he'll be on to the next because it's just not enough.
Say it again.
What is your value, mama? What is your purpose? Why?
Let me see. You need them for tomorrow at school? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's gonna take my day.
When did you know about this?
I thought we had them. I thought I had some when I go back, but I didn't.
So I have to go to Walmart tonight and get you color pencils? Is that what you're telling me, sir? Good thing I took a nap, sir. What time does Walmart stay open till? Pardon me? How many do you need? 24 or just a regular pack? Anything else while I'm there, sir? Anything else or that's it? While I'm there. Got me going out here, sir. Pardon me? Anything else you need for school?
No, I'm trying to do this assignment.
Are you here? What are you here to do? Come on now. I talk about this constantly. And then all I'm still seeing is women going through men's phones. Still. We're still on the phone game. We're still on the cheating conversation. Still. This is 2024 and we're still on this. Why? It doesn't make any sense. We can't get beyond it. And it's to the point now where I'm like, really? We're not going to go anywhere else but here? See, I want people to understand life isn't going to be forever, honey. What are you doing? Better stop watching all them shows. Those shows got your heads all in a shambles. You think you're supposed to be monitoring a man's penis. You think you're supposed to be monitoring where he's going and why he's doing this and doing that. That's not the purpose. We are supposed to be connecting with each other to learn and be each other's resource. We're supposed to receive and pour. But how can we receive and pour and we ain't studying nothing? We're not educating our mind outside of the little stupid ass shit that we get caught up in. Don't you think after a while that this is going to get you nowhere? Don't you realize that the ugly truth is real out here? That men don't care about that? I'm talking to men on a regular where they're like, man, I'm just trying to get a conversation out of a woman that I can get something from, that I can learn something from. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to do this and do that. And I can't get nowhere. I feel like these women don't have anything to give me. What? What are you talking about? They're not studying nothing. I mean, they just, so they want to be domesticated. I get it. Okay. Then you have a domesticated woman. So, gents, you need to change strategy. You can't stay. If you're trying to grow and do what you guys need to do, you got to get with a woman that's got something to help you with it. And it's not just about the helpmate theory either. This is about a woman that gives a damn about you and herself. A woman that doesn't love on herself, she doesn't want to build on herself, she doesn't want to educate herself, is not a woman that you should be trying to build with anyway. She's not a building type of woman. So you got to let it go. You feel what I'm saying? You got to sit down and be like, man, is this a woman that's going to help build me? Or am I going to find myself constantly with a woman that's dead weight? Because if you're with a woman that's dead weight, guess what you're going to get? Nothing. You're going to be trying to push ahead, and that dead weight's just going to keep pulling you down. A woman that is in alignment with you, that really understands what you're trying to do and is ready to build with you, she's going to help to elevate and lift some of that burden off of you. Otherwise, she's not really the one. It's very simple. She's not really the one for you to try to build with. So if that's the case, you got to stay, okay, let me step back. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do, and then I will go away and not worry about it. Problem is, a lot of us don't know what it is we need because we've been taught incorrectly how to love in relationships. We've been taught possessiveness. We've been taught how to possess my man and my. He's this, he's that. I gotta be in his stuff. And where are you going? What are you doing? No, you don't have to do that. Because real relationships, they just are. They just are. It's not complicated. You're making this stuff difficult, but you don't have to. It's not hard. We just make it more and more and more and more complicated. Relationships don't have to be this. But again, most times we stay stuck in the cheating, and is he with her, and what's going on, and no he didn't. All that gossip is just silly to me at this point. If he's not there, he's not there. He's with someone else, yes. So let it go. That's just not the one for you. Okay? Just bye. It is all right. I have my own life, a whole one. So if you can't say you have a whole life and you're intimidated by this one, intimidated by that one, you're intimidated because you're not in your purpose and you're staying stuck where you are because you're not elevating yourself. You're staying stuck in yourself to be where you're at in this stagnation, and you're okay with the comfort of it. You like being in this familiar space. But the familiarity is what's killing you from wanting to elevate to the next higher level of self. This is why you're easily jealous. This is why you're easily intimidated by other females taking his time. Go ahead. I don't care if you're taking time with another female. For what? I'm not worried about that. I have a life. I have men I talk to. I'm not in any lack. Here's what's true. Women that have their own elevated space and they have learned how to have cultivated relationships and really truly care about themselves and love themselves, guess what? They're not intimidated by other beautiful women being in your space. We're good with it. Matter of fact, we encourage it. Go see her. Go see how she's doing. Check on her. She good? Make sure she's cool. I know she's had some stuff going on with her. Yeah. That kind of woman. What am I insecure about? I'm doing me. I'm studying every day. Did you hear what I said? I said every day. I'm creating every day. I'm up when y'all are still asleep. Sometimes I get up at 3 a.m. I don't waste time. We're not going to be, oh, he's over there with her. Oh, my God. Bye, boo. That gives me some time to get stuff done. I got stuff to do. I'm not worried about that. I'm all woman, okay? So I don't worry about other females like that. I don't have the mental capacity to concern myself with that. That is low level shit to me. I just don't even care about that. Because at this point and at this age, I have more shit. I got more summers behind me than in front of me. So I don't have time to worry about what's he doing at home. No. Baby boy, enjoy. You understand what I'm telling you? Not only am I reading something, I'm writing. I'm writing a book right now called The House of Thoughts. I'm writing a book right now. I have another book called Smile Mantra. If you haven't got it, go get it. It's in my website, on my website, smileandsip.com. You guys know all this stuff. I'm not a chick that's laying here worrying about a man and who's he with. Oh my goodness. I don't care. Because I'm over here doing me. I got a whole life. Okay? I got a whole life. I got a whole relationship with me. I love on me. I make sure I'm good at all times. With a man in my presence, or if he's not in my presence, I'm whole. I'm okay. I'm not a shambles. I'm in my purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I had a whole setup for men today. They didn't show up, but one did. And guess what? He's now my client. He's now purchased my book. He's getting ready to get a Living Soul report. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So guess what? I'm not mad about the other gentleman that didn't show up. He did. Not only did he show up, he's a client now. So I'm not. What am I mad about? And we vibe well. We vibe real well. So I'm not that chick, baby. I don't care about those things. I'm a whole woman. And if you don't, gentlemen, just to give you a nugget, if you don't have a whole woman, she's going to be a lot for you. She's going to suffocate you. She's going to bear a lot of weight in your heart and mind. She's going to be a lot for you. And you're going to be exhausted fooling with her. You got to get women that don't have all that bared weight of insecurity and abandonment issues and daddy issues and all that stuff. That's a lot. Because guess what? If she didn't understand that, she's going to find herself a shambles. Well, you didn't miss it, honey. You just have to go back on there and book it. I still have till 4:30 today. So if you want to get a one-on-one, you'll have to go and find the link and do that. But after 4:30, I'm done with guys. I'm on to the women. But again, like I said, it's deep. It's really hugely an issue for most men. Y'all don't understand that you need a woman that is whole in herself, where she's really about how do I cultivate myself? How do I upgrade myself? How do I make sure I am full in myself? And then once you do that, you'll see, okay, I'm not her life. She has one. So now I'm just her asset. You see what I'm saying? So, again, it's not hard. It just requires for us to sit down and impress upon ourselves that we have to constantly educate. We have to constantly be mindful of what we need and what we desire and how we want to go about doing things. Problem is a lot of times we don't, because we can't get past the fact that a lot of our problem is that we don't use our mind enough, so it's lazy. So once the mind gets lazy and it doesn't challenge itself to get more educated and read and get more researched, then the mind gets lazy as well. And the effort and energy isn't there. When we read, when we learn, when we focus, when we're trying to seek to find new ways to get stuff done, our mind gets activated. And when we have an activated mind, we get driven. And in our drive to do, we then become more of a higher self. So, again, I really hope you guys get this. I'm done on the ugly truth today. I've said enough. Like I said, I had a really good client conversation today. He and I are already working on our plans for him to he's a full-time client now, so we're going to be working on some stuff for him to advance himself, because at this point, listen, life isn't forever. We got to get busy. You might see me all the time. He's told me he's been watching me for like over 3 to 4 years. I'm like, I get it. He says, you know, you got to work with us men. I'm like, I get it. But you guys know you are struggling with what you got going on in your home and what you got going on in your heart and in your head. And what you're not getting done is the elevation in your life, because you have the wrong people in it. It's just that simple. You either have the wrong people in it or you don't have the right partner. And so, again, I can be reached at 844-594-7366 is the actual number to reach me. I also put the link in this comments here. So if you have until 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, gentlemen, to do a one-on-one. They're $19 for the link, and we can talk like I did earlier with my new client. But again, you guys got to be willing to understand it's not easy. It isn't. So I'm going to shoot you the link now, so you have it. It just requires for some commitment to yourself. Not to me, to you. I hope I helped somebody today. I hope I was an inspiration. And like I said, go on my website, smileandsip.com. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Coaching Matters. And I appreciate you guys. It's your coach, Carla Nicole.